60 Stunning Photos from History. Part 43. An American Marine tries to communicate with two captured Japanese child soldiers in 1945. Eunice Winstead Johns, aged 9 years, and her husband, Charlie Johns, aged 22 years, sit in their home in Tennessee, in 1937. Russian Grand Duchesses Maria and Anastasia making faces for the camera while in captivity, 1917. They would be murdered alongside their family the next year. Jacques Biederer, the first photographer in history to specialize in intimate photography, Paris, 1928. Waitress throws coffee on war, the Akron Beacon Journal, Ohio, October 25, 1930. A boxing match of American sailors, 1899. Venice Ball, 1951. Contestants in a Dolly Parton look-alike competition in Phoenix, 1979. Write your opinion. Are there any participants similar to the original? A fan admiring bodybuilder Brian Buchanan, in the early 1990s. Shopping the Sears Roebuck catalog in 1916 when you could buy anything from a suit to a house. How do you like the price of the house? A soldier undergoing plastic surgery after being wounded during World War I. Young riders refuel during a children's sidecar race in the Lustgarten in Berlin, Germany, 1931. A crowd after the lynching of a 16-year-old black man, Texas, USA, 1916. How do you feel about the crowd passing judgment on the criminal? Passers-by use homemade periscopes to watch the procession during the coronation of King George VI, London, 1937. Portrait of Chaiwa, a Taiwan Native American, circa 1906. A female survivor forced into sex slavery at Auschwitz bears the inscription of Feldhuer, tattooed on her chest in 1945. A before and after shot of a little boy that underwent a lobotomy at the hands of Walter Freeman, 1940s. Soviet soldiers learning how to milk a cow, 1940s. David Hensley, young child crippled by polio with both legs in braces, soliciting funds in public fundraising driver for a new polio hospital, 1948. A game of unicycle basketball in Harlem, 1960s. Mark Zuckerberg dancing in a club, circa 2010. A woman collaborator and her baby, whose father is German, returns to her home after having her head shaven following the capture of Chartres by the Allies, 1944. Dina Sanichar, the feral boy found after being raised by wolves and was the inspiration for the Jungle Book's character of Mowgli, 1890. 1950s, Flying Cars amusement park ride. The drum rotated and you controlled a brake in the car. A bicycle for the whole family, 1949. How safe did you think it was? Arthur Mole Human U.S. Shield Living Photo, 1918. There is 30,000 men from Camp Custer on the photo. U.S. Marine, Pacific Islands, poses for the camera, 1940s. Cycle engineer riding the world's smallest bicycle through the city, London, August 1937. Horsewomen, 1914. Stephen Hawking with his first wife Jane Wilde and their children Robert and Lucy Barbecue, 1977. A Kellogg's ad from the 1930s encourages women to work hard around the house. Elmira Humphreys, Miss Radio Queen at the Radio Olympia Exhibition, London, UK 1939. El Peru figurines, stunning ceramic Maya figurines with removable helmet from 600 AD. An unconventional punishment for public drunkenness, Chechnya, 1990s. How effective do you think this type of punishment is? Jim Carrey, Christmas 1967. A vibrating bra for breast firming, 1971. Many women were convinced of its effectiveness. American soldiers with human skulls at the Colón Cemetery in Havana, Cuba, 1900. Miss Italy sends Miss Sweden to the ropes in an international women's boxing match in Stockholm, 1949. Brigitte Bardot, 1958. A worker cleans the rifling of a 381mm naval gun at the Coventry Arsenal, UK, 1910. Armed children during the South Sudanese Rebellion, 1971. A patient at Maryland's Walter Reed General Hospital poses with a plaster cast mask made of his face, 1918. Filming of the TV series Baywatch, 1990s. A special sniffer checks the quality and purity of barrels that will later be filled with Guinness beer, 1944. Peel P50, a three-wheeled microcar motorcycle manufactured by Peel Engineering Company, 1963. Arnold Schwarzenegger at the Moscow Athletic Club, 1988. At a crossroads in Pratt, Kansas, USA, 1911. East German leader Erich Honecker at the opening of the Leipzig Gymnastics and Sports Festival, 1970s. John Kennedy calms down an angry Lyndon Johnson, 1960. Who knows why he is so angry? Frankus controls Yoda on the set of Star Wars, Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, 1982. U.S. Secretary of the Navy Josephus Daniels inspects a cannon on the ramparts of Edinburgh Castle, 1919. Paparazzi king Rino Barilari was the victim of an incident in Rome in 1966, when actress Sonia Romanoff attacked him with ice cream for taking an unsuccessful photo. Gene Jansen, a famous bodybuilder of the time, and his wife Pat Jansen train with their 11-month-old son Kent, 1947. A French girl and a 380mm German shell on a street in Nancy, 1916. Eve Eden, 1960. How Sergeant Sidney Beldam's face was transformed by pioneering surgeon Sir Harold Gillies, 1919. Indigenous Twier Kayapo holds a machete to the face of an Electronorte director during a hearing to discuss the construction of a hydroelectric complex on the Xingu River, 1989. An 18-year-old girl during the World War II liberation of Dachau concentration camp, 1945. A photograph of Walter Yeo in 1917, showing his face before and after the tube pedicle flap reconstruction of his face. Raquel Welch photographed by Terry O'Neill, 1970. This scarification, photographed in Western Australia in 1927, is some of the most extreme captured on film and would have taken dozens of procedures to accomplish. Laugh-in Leslie, an 18-year-old dwarf, guides Jimmy, the only rideable zebra in the world, across a road in Berkshire, England, 1935. Contestants in a neatest figure contest, wearing bags over their heads for unbiased judging, Margate, UK, 1932. A hunter carrying a trophy, 1957. People watching policemen inspect long hair, Seoul, Korea, 1971. Those caught had their hair cut on spot. The International Exposition of Hairdressing and Beauty Culture in Toronto shows off the latest in attire and coiffures, 1926.